Welcome back, guys. Today I'm talking about the true strength of the samurai/mink/pirate alliance. I won't be including traders like Kanjuro, and I won't be talking about dead people either, so no Odin, Yasui, nor Pedro. Also, I won't be talking about characters that aren't actually on Onigashima, like Jean Bart or the rest of the Heart Pirates. This video is actually the flip side of my last video, so check that one out if this is the first one of my videos that you're watching. I'll put the link in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Quick disclaimer, this video includes information included in the latest chapter of the manga, which is only out in raw scans as of when I'm writing the script, so spoilers will be in this video. First up, we have the gathered samurai, including the prisoners of Don and the men that Denjiro gathered. I'm putting them all in this one section since there isn't really an obvious difference between the warriors in these forces, with practically all of them being samurai who were fighting Kaido and now the deceased Orochi for practically the same reason, which is revenge and freedom for Wano and its previous rulers. None of them actually have any shown strengths, as they all fought characters, but as I stated in my last video, the samurai of Wano are all pretty tough, with most of them likely having haki. Another thing that I stated, which is more important in this video, is that willpower being a big part of One Piece, and in particular Wano arc, I can see the samurai and the alliance being incredibly strong with amazingly potent willpowers. Due to this, I think there are no doubt superior to Orochi's samurai, who, as a show of their weak wills, now bow down to Kaido, who's the man who killed their former master. Next up, we have the Minks, with 200 Minks on Wano. There aren't nearly as many Minks as samurai. There are only 150 more Minks than pirates on Trafalgar Law's crew, which, even if it sounds good, isn't. After all, the Minks have their own island, whilst Traffy only owns his own submarine. But that doesn't make the Minks any less of a potent force than the samurai. Why? Because of one thing, the full moon. With the Minks able to go Sulong whenever they see the full moon, each and every one of them can become dangerous warriors when looking at the full moon. Sulong transformations are very dangerous, as shown when Sarat went Sulong and became able to sink an entire fleet in an instant. Also, with there being more moons circling the One Piece world, or at least full moons happening more often than in our world, the Sulong transformation is much more potent. And the Minks just happened to be able to go Sulong in the Onigashima raid, which was emphasized by the last page of chapter 987. Next, I want to talk about the Heart Pirates, other than its captain, Trafalgar Law. We haven't seen too much of the Heart Pirates other than Beppo and Traffy, but with a total of 50 men, I think that they are likely to have a few strong fighters other than their captain, but I'll only be talking about the main three crew members of our favourite captain, Trafalgar D. Water Law. First up, we have Sachi. In one of the most recent chapters, we see him brandishing a sword, so I think that he's likely a competent swordsman, and I hope he gets some action in the raid. We have no real reference to his power, although we know that he and Penguin are high-ranking in the hierarchy of the Beast Pirates. Next, of course, we have Penguin. I don't know too much about him either, but I'm pretty sure I saw him recently brandishing dual pistols. Honestly, I may be highballing him here, but I think him and Sachi together could probably take down a few gifters. I believe that together they could even take down one or two headliners. I'm just saying, don't underestimate them. Then we have Beppo. That's right. Everyone's favorite furry boy, Beppo. I think he's headliner level or stronger. Weaker headliners, of course. I'm not expecting him to take down Hawkins or Apu. Why? Well, he's a Mink, who are all natural fighters, and he's relatively strong one at that. All in all, I think Beppo will be one of the most powerful fighters in the Alliance. Then we have the Kid Pirates, other than Kid and Killer. I think the Supernova deserve a group to themselves. But who else is actually in the Kid Pirates? Well, all of them seem decently tough. And, of course, we have Heat and Wire. They are the only people relevant that I want to talk about in the Kid Pirates. Heat. We know that he uses some kind of pistol, although I theorize he can imbue his projectiles with armament haki, just like the Kyuja, although that's only speculation at best. He also was immune to Conqueror's haki of Rayleigh, pre-time skip, putting him on a level above the auctioneers as well as the guards of the Celestial Dragons. Other than that, we don't know anything about his combat abilities. Wire! Just like his friend Heat, why I can withstand the power of Rayleigh's Conqueror's Haki. He fights using a trident-like weapon, and he seems pretty good at using it. I think that because of his lack of reaction to Rayleigh's Haki, he can likely use Haki himself, but we don't really know that at all. After them, we have the Yakuza bosses. I'm going to talk about them as a group, since we haven't really seen too much of them at all, and most of them don't seem to be too relevant as yet. We know that Old Man Hayu can at least use basic Ryu, and he was portrayed as the strongest of the Yakuza bosses when he was in his prime. Because of that, I think that all of the 5 current Yakuza bosses are good at using Haki, and maybe even Ryu. Other than that, however, the Yakuza bosses have only betrayal. Then, there's the Guardians and the Musketeers. They are the special Mink warriors, and they are all very competent and strong. They can all likely use Silong to its full potential, and that makes them much more dangerous than regular Mink soldiers by itself. However, they are all very competent when they aren't in Silong form, with the Guardians seeming like the more physically capable ones, due to their bigger builds and choices of weapons, which are more heavyweight than the weapons of the Musketeers, who seem to be more focused on skill rather than strength, with them primarily using thinner swords. The leaders of the two forces are the deceased Pedro and full power Shishilian. Shishilian seems like a very flashy guy, whilst Pedro focused a lot more on the element of surprise when he was alive. The two forces' fighting styles are very similar to that of their respective dukes. Next, we finally get to the Straw Hats, other than Luffy and Zoro. Our protagonist crew is very strong, as has been shown throughout the whole of One Piece. Talking about them may seem like a waste of time, since everyone who's watched or read One Piece knows their power sets and skills, but here we go anyway. Firstly, Nami. In her latest chapter, we see her using her magic staff to defeat one of Big Mom's homies, besides Carrot, who also beat one of Big Mom's homies. This is a prime example of Nami's powers, as the black lightning balls that she used are her main way of fighting. When she doesn't have Zeus, of course. As a glass cannon, she is very vulnerable to attacks. Usopp. Honestly, don't underestimate Usopp. All do lose. Need examples? I've got 2. Chew and Sugar. Usopp may not look physically talented, but he is a tank who is amazing at running away. With his green stars, he can take on mid-level characters, which makes me believe that he actually deserves his bounty. He can be very resourceful, and he has great aim, which is complemented by his haki. Next we have Chopper. He is very strong and very smart. As the Doctor of the Straw Hat Pirates, his use on the battlefield extends beyond that of combat. He is the creator of the Rumble Ball, which he has improved almost to the point of perfection. With just one, he can take out most mid-tier opponents like headliners with little effort. He's definitely worth more than his bounty for all those reasons. Yeah. After him, we have Nico Robin. She is one of the most important Straw Hats to Luffy's goal of becoming Pirate King. Her Devil Fruit makes her able to defeat dozens of low tiers in an instant, as well as taking on stronger mid tiers like Diamante for extended periods of time. Then there's Brook. He's probably one of the more battle-focused Straw Hats, as he is one of the Straw Hat's swordsmen, and he is strong and crazy fast one to the point where he can run on water. With his Devil Fruit abilities, he can attack people with the Chell of Death itself. Pretty scary concept, which is much less scary in reality. All in all, he is the greatest undead warrior in all of One Piece, in my eyes at least. Frankie, the super shipwright of the Straw Hats, and he is awesome. He is the cyborg of all of our dreams. He has lasers, and he has an automated hairstyling system. He is very strong, especially when he's in his General Frankie armor. His laser cannons have the power to one-shot mid-tiers, and he's physically capable of trading blows with officers of the Don Quixote pirates and coming out on top. He is the cyborg that deep down everyone wants to be. Jinbei, the first son of the Sea. As a former warlord, he is very capable and is well known, more infamous than more of the Straw Hats. He is a master of fishman karate to the point where he can go head-to-head with guys like Magellan. He can even stalemate Big Mom for a short amount of time, who is one of the Yonko. He has incredible muscle strength and the ability to call upon whale sharks at will. He may be powerful, But there's a few more guys stronger than he in this alliance. Sanji, aka Mr. Prince. He's a lot of things on his side. He has speed, strength, agility, and cooking talent, to the point where he would probably win MasterChef without even cooking to 10% of his full potential. He also has a number of useful techniques like Skywalk, as well as Diable Jambe. And now he also has a suit, the raid suit. Combine all those things and you have got one hell of a good fighter. The Kozuki clan retainers. These guys are the strongest Odin loyalists that exist. They all have amazing skills and physical abilities. Who are they? Shinobu. She's the Kanuchi of the raid. She is an old legend with the ability to take down even tough Oniwabanchu members with ease with her sexy Kempo. Izo, as a former Whitebeard division commander, she is incredibly potent and well known, although she became as one of Odin's retainers. With her pistols, she can deal more damage than some cannons. Raizo, as a ninja, he is practically impossible to catch, as shown when he was spotted at the Udon prison. His smoke Kempo allows him to escape in the blink of an eye, and using classic ninja weapons, he can deal damage in the blink of an eye as well. Kamawatsu. He is a kappa with lightning speed attacks and great haki. When he wants to be, he can be quite steady, as shown in Udon. He has the ability to defeat tough enemies, and so that's what he'll likely do in the Onigashima raid. Kiku, the demon samurai, with a legendary blade which is legendary for its curse that makes any scar it makes carry over to the afterlife. She is a very emotional samurai and is shown to power herself with emotion in some instances. Dogstorm, one of the two Dukes of Zou. Dogstorm is the leader of the Mink force named the Musketeers. He currently has one leg after he lost the other one to Jack the Drow. He now has replaced his leg with a blade. Like other Minks, he can use its Sulong transformation to fight stronger opponents. Cat Viper, as the other of the Duke of Zou, he also has great power, and he leads the Guardians. After losing one of his arms, he replaced it with a Gatling gun, aka a Catling gun. He can also use the Sulong transformation. Ashura Doji. As a bandit leader, he is the only scabbard to ever challenge their leader, Odin. And he lost, but not before a long duel. He is an incredible swordsman, as shown when he went head-to-head with Jack the Drow. Denjiro. As an undercover Yakuza boss, Denjiro proved his strength many times, and has likely grown during the 20 years since the death of Odin. He is likely going to fight against one of the Robbie Topo, as he is easily as strong as one, as shown when he stopped an enraged Zolo with ease. Kinemon. As the leader of the Scabbards, he should be the strongest, but he isn't. Probably due to him going into the future. He hasn't really ever shown his true strength as of yet, but he was the only one of the Scabbards to pierce Kaido's skin. Next we have Marco the Phoenix. He is the wild card of the Alliance, as he doesn't fall into any of the categories. He's the former right hand of the Whitebeard himself, and has proven himself multiple times, including when he went head-to-head against Kizaru, one of the three admirals. He is one of the strongest people in the Alliance, and he will likely fight either Kaido, Big Mom, or King of Conflagration, as they are the only people on his level or stronger out of all the people that our Alliance is facing. He will almost certainly have a major part in the upcoming raid. Finally, we have the Supernova! Some of the toughest guys in the Alliance are Supernova. So who are these powerful people? Firstly, we have Killer, and wow, he is strong. His main showings of power are as follows. Firstly, when he fought Eroge at Sabri Archipelago, and he was fighting his enemy almost to a stalemate. In fact, the only reason why there wasn't a stalemate was because their fight was interrupted by X-Drake. His next showing of power was when he fought Zolo earlier in the Wano arc, and it was quite a battle, with the anime adaptation just recently coming out. He fought hard to the point where he was pushing Zolo back, until Zolo one-shot at him, of course. In Wano, I can see Killer fighting someone around as powerful as one of the Robbie Topo, and winning. Secondly, we have Trafalgar D. Water Law. With this devil fruit, he can do a lot, as it's one of the most powerful as well as versatile devil fruits. He has shown again and again both his power and his intelligence, as one of the main brains behind the plan to take down Kaido. Some of his feats include taking on a Navy Admiral and Doflamingo at the same goddamn time, taking down a vice admiral and beating treble of the Don Quixote pirates. By the time he was a child, he had extensive knowledge about the human body. None of those are small feats. In Wano, I can see him fighting alongside other supernova to take down Kaido. As with his devil fruit, he can likely harm Kaido. Thirdly, we have Zolo, my favorite character, and for good reason. He is cool, powerful, and good at fighting with Haki, in particular armament Haki. He hasn't yet shown his full power, which is pretty crazy considering what he's done so far since the time skip. His feats are pretty simple, one-shotting a bunch of guys, low differing Pika, and going head-to-head with an Admiral Fujitora as well as Basil Hawkins. Oh, and taking down Killer. None of those were him going full power, not even when he fought the Admiral, but he's losing badly, so I'm not saying he's an Admiral tier fighter. In Wano, I can see him taking out King of Conflagration since they're both swordsmen, so Zolo is likely to target King. Fourth, we have Eustace Kid. He's very powerful to the point where at Sabity Archipelago, he had a bounty higher than Luffy's by 15 million berries. With his devil fruit, he can easily take out most swordsmen, macemen, axemen, and anyone else who wears metal armor or fights with metal weapons, as shown in Sabity, where he made a giant arm out of his enemy's weapons. If you're wondering what his feats are, they're quite simple. Eating much as Luffy, escaping Udon prison, and even injuring one of Big Mom's commanders. And which one he injured hasn't been confirmed as yet. And I can even see Oda saying that Kid injured Katakuri, just to further the rivalry potential between him and Luffy. I think that in Wano he's going to fight Kaido. Finally, we have Straw Hat Luffy, the protagonist. He is likely the strongest character in the Alliance, as he even defeated Charlotte Katakuri. And yes, I count that as a win for Luffy, and not a tie. And wow, Luffy has improved since then, even learning a new type of Haki called Ryu, or Advanced Armament Haki, which seems to be the secret to damaging Kaido, as shown in the latest chapter of the manga. If you need to hear some of Luffy's feats, then you're crazy. After all, he's the main character! And he shows it every day of the year. In fact, I think he's about to show it again with Big Mom, apparently challenging in the latest chapter. In fact, I think that's likely not even going to be his final matchup, with him set up to fight Kaido alongside Law and Kid. And that's who he's fighting in Wano. At least that's what I think. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button. Oh, and that red devil called the subscribe button. It can't hurt you, only help you through the year. Once again, thank you guys for watching all the way till the end, and I guess that's bye for now.